Scottish gambler convinced the French crown that paper money would make them richer than gold. For 3 years, they believed him. Paris 1716. France was bankrupt. The old King Louis Roman XIV had spent the kingdom dry on wars and palaces. His successor, Louis Roman XV, was 5 years old. The regent, the Duke of Orleans, faced a treasury that was empty and creditors who were furious. Something had to change. That something was John Law. Law was not French. He was Scottish, born in Edinburgh in 1671. He'd fled Scotland after killing a man in a duel. He'd gambled across Europe, studied banking in Amsterdam, and developed a theory. Paper money could replace gold. Nations didn't need precious metals to be wealthy. They needed credit, circulation, and belief. In 1716, the regent listened. He gave Law permission to establish the Banque Générale, a private bank that would issue paper notes backed by royal authority. This was radical. Most people had never seen paper money. They trusted metal. Law had to convince them otherwise. He did. The notes worked. Merchants accepted them. Tax collectors used them. The economy moved faster than it had under gold alone. By 1717, the Banque Générale was profitable. Law's reputation grew. The regent promoted him, and Law's ambition expanded. In 1717, Law founded the Compagnie des Indes, the Company of the Indies. It was granted a monopoly on French colonial trade, Louisiana, Canada, the Caribbean. On paper, these colonies were gold mines. In reality, most were swamps and struggling outposts, but Law marketed them as the future. He issued stock in the company. Rich Parisians bought shares. Then middle-class investors joined. Then servants, widows, and clergy. Everyone wanted in. The stock price climbed. In 1719, Law's bank merged with the company. He now controlled both currency and commerce. Here's where the accepted story goes. Law was a con man. He printed money endlessly to inflate the stock price. Greed consumed him. The bubble burst. Chaos followed. Everyone lost everything. Law fled France in disgrace. That's the surface, but it's not quite right. Law did print money, but not without reason. The regent kept demanding it. The company needed capital to fund colonial expeditions. The crown needed cash to pay debts. Law was doing what he was asked. Moreover, Law's system worked for longer than it should have. Between 1716 and 1719, French commerce genuinely improved. Tax revenue rose. Inflation stayed modest. Ships sailed to the colonies. Some came back with goods. For 3 years, paper money proved viable. The problem wasn't the theory, it was the execution. Law couldn't control the regent's spending. The crown demanded more and more money. Law printed it. Then the regent's debts grew faster than revenue could cover. The mathematics broke. By 1720, rumors spread. Investors whispered that the colonies weren't profitable, that Law's notes weren't really backed by anything, that the whole system rested on confidence alone, and once confidence cracks, it shatters. In December 1719, people began converting notes back to coins. The bank had to honor them. By January 1720, it couldn't. Long lines formed at the bank's doors. People screamed. Some fainted. On January 21, 1720, the regent ordered the bank to stop payments. The stock price collapsed. Fortunes evaporated in weeks. Widows who'd invested their dowries lost everything. Servants who'd saved for years were ruined. The streets filled with the newly poor. Suicides were reported. The regent's credibility shattered. Law tried to save it. He reduced the note's value. He forbade withdrawals. He restructured the company. Nothing worked. By 1721, the system had collapsed entirely. The regent turned against him. Law had become the face of catastrophe. In December 1720, Law fled France. He went to Venice, then Brussels, then Copenhagen. He lived quietly, writing about economics. He died in Venice in 1729, mostly forgotten. France's treasury, meanwhile, took decades to recover. So what really happened? Law's vision wasn't wrong. Paper money works, credit works, circulation works. What failed was restraint. The regent spent beyond what the system could support. The colonies didn't produce the wealth that justified the investment. And when reality caught up with theory, confidence evaporated. The Mississippi bubble wasn't a scam or a simple bubble. It was an early experiment in modern finance that collided with old politics. Law proved that fiat currency could work. He just couldn't control the people who held the printing press. That lesson echoes through every financial crisis since. This video is for educational and informational purposes only and is not financial advice. Always do your own research. Subscribe for more deep dives into the financial events that shape the world. Subscribe for more deep dives into the financial events that shape the world. This video is for educational and informational purposes only and is not financial advice. Always do your own research.